Welcome back to Matters of Black. I'm your host, Latoria Alexis, and I bring you Alice Foy from The Digital Jane. Well, welcome to Matters of Black. How are we feeling today?
Feeling good. I'm so happy to be here with you all.
I'm very excited to have you. I feel like I already know you, all the beautiful things that I've heard about you. So I'm very, very excited. A couple things that I did want to start with is first, congratulations on your success and a beautiful business. How does it feel?
Surreal. When something starts in your mind and then it's actually out into the world in fruition is something that you don't really ever fully understand the depth of. So thank you so much for that.
Of course. Did you ever think that it would get this far so soon?
You know what? The pandemic is what really forced me to double down and build it out. It was already in place in early 2018, but it was my secondary business. Like my career is in event production, and
Hmm.
that's what I've done for like brands and corporations for like the past 7 years. And then once the pandemic happened, the Digital Jane became my primary, and I had to really focus in on making it what it is now and what it's growing to be, should I say.
Right. No, I definitely understand that. I've heard a lot of businesses and a lot of you have to get creative during this pandemic. So that's beautiful that, something that wasn't initially something that would have been, your key, opponent of income and something that has started to blossom into something so successful. So
Mhm.
again, congratulations on all your success and there's going to be a lot more coming. I can feel it. I know it.
Thank you so much.
How did you come up with this concept of your business?
So I initially got started in the business, like in being interested in business and trying to pursue something in like 2013. And from then to 2018, a lot of my peers who I was working and growing alongside were growing and scaling in their businesses, but didn't have help. They were still trying to just do it themselves. And so part of it was seeing the women that I was growing alongside start to be successful in their pursuits and then like still trying to juggle it all and do it all. And that was the
Hmm.
first seed that I feel like God planted for me. The second seed was I was in between event contracts, and a friend of mine owns a luxury transportation service. And
Okay.
I was helping him just coordinate travel and, operations and branding and just using skills that I kind of innately have. And I saw that his business model was fulfilling a need, him like being in the middle and then like fulfilling connecting people together to solve an issue. And I was like, you know what? It would be amazing if I took the virtual assistant concept and just made it my own. It's
Right.
its own concept. So those were the two situations that I kind of married together, and I was like, I got it. And it's been great.
It's kind of funny how it falls into your lap, honestly, because I've been an assistant before um, without really knowing that I was becoming an assistant, and then it became so easy. I actually used to help two of my friends. He was an optometrist assistant, I want to say, but like the surgical assistant. And there's so much that people don't understand that assistants really do.
Yes.
There's so many things that people depend on you to think for them in certain ways, but you find so much success in it because it's just like once they succeed and you feel that weight lifted off their shoulders for them, it is very rewarding. So um, if you hire, no, I'm just kidding. Small producer, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it is. And we talk about this internally as a team all the time that I think people truly underestimate what it means to be someone's right hand or to be someone's primary support. A lot of times we're not just taking direction, we're giving direction. We're giving
Right.
suggestions. We're like putting fires out where, we do a lot of things behind the scenes. And in the midst of the pandemic, since I was then out of work, I had to add a secondary layer of service, which is management. So we not
Hmm.
only do virtual like admin support. We also do virtual management support, so operations management, brand management, launch management, and it's really giving women the option to choose the support that they need where they are in their particular business.
So is it only women, or do you have male clients as well?
We primarily focus on serving women founders. And the reason why is I feel like when it comes to women CEOs in a lot of startups, they don't have the opportunity a lot of times to really get the resources that they need in order to get to their next level.
Okay.
And particularly Black women. It has been my heart's work in every venture that I've had to create space intentionally for Black women to have the resources that they need. So in full transparency, we are a team of Black women. All of our clients are amazing Black women. And without getting in trouble, that's, intentional that we're creating space for them to get what they need for their businesses.
And I love that. I really, really do. It's just Black women supporting Black women, which, some certain times there have been moments where we really need that and we don't give that.
Yes.
So that's beautiful that your business is based around that. But what are some of the challenges as a Black woman have you faced starting your business?
Ooh, how long is this show? A lot of challenges. I feel like in terms of resources, startup funding, just being able to really tap into resources to have seed money. That was something that I didn't have.
Okay.
People assume that because it's a virtual business that there aren't any expenses, but there are. I'm paying a lot of monthly subscriptions, business insurance, whatever your LLC or, formation costs are. I have a team, I have to pay. So there are a lot of different things that would have been nice to have support. But what I've learned is that even there are always going to be challenges, and on each new level, there are going to be challenges, but I don't let them stop me from doing what I'm supposed to do with the vision that I was given. And so I would say, startup cost is one of the biggest ones. And then also making sure that people understand and respect your boundaries. In business, a lot of times, and I don't think we intentionally do this, but we get so comfortable with each other that sometimes it kind of takes the professionalism or the etiquette out of our relationships. And so that has been a struggle, just making sure that people see me as a business owner and respect our processes and respect our boundaries, so that's just something that I've experienced.
Now, when you say boundaries, what are some things that have been crossed that you've had to be like, hold on?
This is a fairly recent one. We had someone reach out to us that may not have known a lot about our company. A lot of people who come to us are familiar with me and my work track record. So it's like I have built a reputation that precedes the Digital Jane, but it's still my experience, But anyway, she basically was just like, can you guys do like this pre-test so that I can see how everything goes first before I make the investment? And internally, we were a little taken back because we're like, we have all these testimonials and screenshots and like all this stuff that we built, like we've been doing the work. And I think I think a lot of what people do isn't based off of like intentional, like crossing boundaries or anything like that. I think it's more so just a lack of knowledge around the way that things in the business world. So
definitely understood. I like that you do have those boundaries, especially I hear that you don't work the weekends.
I do not work on the weekends. I have to go to Ross and Home Goods on the weekends. So in our team also, we only work during the week. Like we have office hours. We stick to our office hours. Even if we're up and we're working maybe late night just because that's what works with our schedules, we
Mm-hmm.
don't communicate with the clients if there's emails that need to go out. Those are scheduled for the next morning
Okay.
within our office hours because it makes sure that our clients know that these are the times that they can contact us. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're up at 11 at night, don't expect me to respond at 11 at night. So it's just those
Right.
little subtle things that really make sure that the business is running well and that no one's feeling stressed out or stretched or any of that. You can actually set boundaries that you can stick to.
Can they see when you're logged on?
No. So I can
Okay.
see if one of our team members are on and they're working late. But as long as, um, communications are being scheduled to go out the next morning, then it really doesn't matter. But honestly, I haven't had a lot of issues with our clients
Mm-hmm.
stepping over boundaries. They've been very respectful. Um, and that just comes from, I feel like, establishing your boundaries and expectations up front, and letting people know like what to expect throughout the course of your partnership.
Okay. I definitely like that. So where do you see Digital Jane going, and where do you actually see them in 10 years?
Wow, 10 years. I my goal is to make the Digital Jane an agency that is all things. So right now we focus on admin support, management support, but I want to get into tech support. I want to, have
Okay.
client success managers and, copywriters and graphic designers. And, I really want to build it out where we are a hub of women who do all these different things that can support businesses in different ways. So I think last year I had wrote down a list of all of the different roles or services I wanted to add on. And I'm like, I'm just going to manifest this, like I'm going to
Right.
do the work. I'm going to let God do his part. I'm going to do my part. And in time, it'll happen. So I would say in 10 years, I'm probably not going to be in the Digital Jane. Um,
Okay.
I'll still be the founder of it, but I'm hoping that I'm putting it together in a way where someone else will be able to take over um,
Okay.
and earn their stripes and do their part. You know what I mean? And it just be like this one stop for all things that women need in order to grow their businesses.
See, as soon as you started saying that, the first word that came to mind is power. And the reason being is just, I just imagine a team of very powerful, intelligent Black women working together. And I feel like that's a vision that you have for Digital Jane. Is that correct?
Oh, yes, and it's not about me. It's I think that's what I love is I feel like I'm being used as a vessel at this point. Like it's
Mhm.
my vision. It's I'm putting all of the like standards and systems and things in place, but I don't feel like it was created for Alice, if that makes sense. Like I'm just doing my part to get it going. Um, and I just get up every day and I serve from that place of this is the season that I'm in now. This is what God has given me to do. And I'm going to do it until it's time for me to move on into something else. But yeah, it's not about me. And that's reflected in the work and how our clients receive the work that we do for them,
Mhm.
and how our team is. Like, it's just, y'all, it's different.
Okay. I love that. What advice can you give Black people that are starting to be entrepreneurs in this world?
Yeah. I always say that when you're making a transition from the 9 to 5 world, if you're there to wanting to own a business, I always suggest freelancing first. Now, freelancing means that you are working independently of a company, but you're able to take on clients as a consultant. So, if what you're trying to do can exist in that space,
Mhm.
freelancing is a perfect opportunity to kind of test the waters. I worked as a freelance event producer for 7 years, and I probably still would if the world was open. It was a sweet spot for me. Running a business is hard. You're not only in a role, but you're also doing the marketing and the sales and the creative and so you're wearing so many other hats. So I always say, if your intention is to start a business because you don't want to work for anyone else, then being an entrepreneur is probably not what you want to do. Because
Okay.
I'm working for my clients, I'm working for
Right.
my team, you know what I mean? Like, you are still responsible, and I probably work twice as many hours as a person who um, has a 9 to 5 job. So
Right.
it is imperative that you understand exactly and be true with yourself, what you're comfortable with and what you want to do, what you can commit to, what you can actually be accountable to, because every day isn't rosy, and you still have to
Right.
be accountable to the people around you. So I would say first start there. Make sure that entrepreneurship is actually what you want to do and what you can commit to. And then second, do research. You don't have to reinvent the wheel to start a business. You just have to do it yourself. You have to do it in your own way and put your little spin on it,
Right.
make it, your own. And make sure that there's demand for what you actually want to do.
Mhm.
A lot of times we get caught up in the creative, and that's only one part of it, right? Like, oh, I want to knit socks, but is there a demand for that right now?
Right.
And that's what really makes all the difference in being able to successfully start something, is what the
Okay.
industry needs, not just what you want to create.
And is that for all entrepreneurship, like in all fields that you see that?
Um, I can only speak generally. I'm not sure how that would relate to products, because I always say in terms of products, just because someone else has a t-shirt line doesn't mean you can't start one, or just
Right.
candles doesn't mean you can't do it your own way. I just believe that whatever you do, you should do it your way. Don't follow anyone else's footsteps, or be inspired, but don't copy. Do it your own way. That's what's most important.
What challenges have you come across because of COVID-19?
Um, I would say it was challenging most for our team. Everyone was feeling a lot of things. We were literally adjusting to a new way of living in the midst of the onset of our busy life. We were ramping up with clients, and things were slowing down. It was like ramping up and then we slowed down.
Mm.
We were all trying to get used to what COVID was. It was
Mhm.
in the beginning. Remember how scary it was just to go to the grocery store. We just didn't know, and so it was challenging for us to keep things going. But I am so thankful for the team that I have, because we still showed up. We still did
Right.
our best, even when it was weeks when no one was really doing any hours because it wasn't a lot to do. It still was like we were accountable to the digital Jane, in a sense. But that was a challenge. It was a big challenge for us. And then client wise, things slowed down. But then once COVID was rolling, we got busy. It was actually like a spike for us. So I would say, because we are a digital service, um,
Mhm.
we didn't suffer as much as other brick and mortar businesses and things like.
Right.
I actually feel like people being home and working full-time jobs and maybe having a business on the side inspired them to hire support. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so it was kind of a mix of like
A
when.
blessing.
Mhm, yeah,
A blessing, but I don't want to say a curse at the same time, but it still had its own challenges.
yes, exactly.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us on Matters of Black. Can you tell us where we can find your information?
Yes, you can find the Digital Jane on all channels, at the Digital Jane. You can find us online at thedigitaljane.com. And my personal event production website is alicefoy.com, just in case.
Well, we look forward to working with you in the future. I definitely would love to be one of your clients. But again, I want to thank you so much and congratulate you again on your success.
Thank you.
Don't forget to please follow Digital Jane on Instagram and to find all of their information down in the description box. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. Thank you, mobsters.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Alice. You're amazing.
Great. I appreciate you guys for even thinking of to include me. I love the mission. So keep growing in all of the amazing things that you guys are doing. I really appreciate being included.
Of course. Thank you for being on time early.
Just a little bit.
I really appreciate it. It definitely shows me, your worth ethic. So I appreciate it.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Okay, well, you too. Go to Ross or
Yes,
Home Goods.
Home Good. I'm going to Home Goods right now.
Well, you have a great day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.